Hello, dear DSC candidates. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I'm Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In this video, I'm going to teach you about the modal auxiliaries such as shall, will, should, would. I therefore request all of you to watch this video till the end without skipping it in the middle. I also request all of you to share and subscribe to my channel while supporting and encouraging me in my selfless endeavor. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. An overview of modal auxiliaries. Okay, overview means a brief summary of the use of modal auxiliaries. So modal auxiliaries means, in other words, modal auxiliary verbs. So by any one of these two names you can call them. So modal auxiliaries and modal auxiliary verbs, both are one and the same, right? Let me give you some details about these modal auxiliaries. Okay, modal auxiliary verbs or modal auxiliaries are nothing but helping verbs. So these modal auxiliaries are nothing but helping verbs that express necessity, possibility, permission, ability, obligation, advice, and other related concepts. So they convey all these important ideas when they are used in the sentences. Okay, and we are going to learn about all these things. Okay, about all these modal auxiliaries, right? And here you pay attention. What are those modal auxiliary verbs? They are shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, dare, need. So these are the modal auxiliary verbs, and to these modal auxiliary verbs there are certain characteristic features. Okay, and let us learn about those characteristic features of these modal auxiliary verbs. What are they? Here you pay attention. They are never used all alone. So these modal auxiliaries are never used all alone. Okay, that means you cannot simply say I shall, I can, I may, we may, or we would. So only shall or will or can. So all these modal auxiliaries cannot be used all alone. And how are they used then? Here you pay attention. They don't change their form according to the number or person of the subject. This is yet another feature of these modal auxiliaries. First feature is they are never used all alone. Okay, and second feature of them is they don't change their form, okay, according to the number of the subject or the person of the subject. Whatever may be the person of the subject, whatever may be the number of the subject, whether it is the singular number or plural number, this modal auxiliary does not change. So all the modal auxiliaries don't change at all, don't change their forms at all. So this is the very important aspect you are learning here. And one more important characteristic feature of them is they are always followed by the base form of the main verb. So beside all these modal auxiliaries, we must use only the base form of the main verb. You know very well, each and every main verb has got four forms. What are they? Present tense form or base form, present participle form, past tense form, past participle form. So in this way, each and every main verb has got four forms. The very first form of the verb is called the base form verb or the present tense form of the verb. So that first form of the verb is always used beside these modal auxiliaries. So in this way, there are these three important features. Keep these three important features in your mind. And now I am going to give you some examples to make you understand all these things. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So this is the first example. So in this example, we are using this can, the modal auxiliary. Beside this can, only the base form verb is used. Okay, and here you look at the subject of this can. What is here? I is the singular number subject. You, second person singular or plural. So this is the subject. She, third person singular. They, third person plural. Whether the subject is singular number or plural number, whatever may be the number of the subject, whatever may be the person of the subject, but here this can never change. This modal auxiliary can never change. This is the point you have to understand. Not only this can, all the modal auxiliaries don't change according to the person of the subject or the number of the subject. This point you have to understand. And one more important example I would like to give you. In this example, I am using this may. May is at another important modal auxiliary. So beside this, you see may, come, these are all base form verbs, and before that I, you, she, we. So first person singular, plural, all kinds of subjects are used here, all kinds of persons are used here. So whatever may be the number of the subject, whatever may be the person of the subject, this may doesn't change. And this is the point you are learning from these two examples. And now you move on to learn some more important things about these modal auxiliaries. Okay, note. If you look at this note, you understand some very important aspect. What is that? But if the primary auxiliary be or have, these are called the primary auxiliaries. We have primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. What are the primary auxiliaries? Be, have, do. These three are called primary auxiliaries because they are used both as helping verbs and main verbs. So that is why they are called primary auxiliaries. So these are all the grammatical can say names you have to remember. What are the primary auxiliaries? Be, have, and do. So these three are called primary auxiliaries. So if the primary auxiliary is used after the modal auxiliary, if these modal auxiliaries are used with be form or have, okay, what happens? Not with this one, not with this one. If they are used with these two primary auxiliaries, then the principal verb, that means the main verb, can be changed into different forms. This point you have to understand. So here primary auxiliaries means be, have, do, but here we are not concerned with this do. Okay, and here whenever the modal auxiliaries are used with these primary auxiliaries like be and have, this main verb or the principal verb can be changed into different forms. How? Let us look at the examples. You must be careful. So after this modal auxiliary, we have used this be. Okay, whenever you use this primary auxiliary be, then you can use the adjective here. You must be careful. Okay, you cannot simply say you must careful, because careful is not a verb. So if you want to use an adjective, you must use this word be. Okay, primary auxiliary. So you must be careful, right? And here you pay attention. She may be, after be you are using the inform verb. So whenever this primary auxiliary is followed by be, then this inform verb is also used after this be. So she may be singing in the birthday party. Okay, it is correct. And they may be participating in the rally. So after may, be and inform verb both are used here. And next example, she could have sung. So after could, have is used, and after have, past participle form of the verb is used. So therefore she could have sung much better. ఆమె ఇంకా బాగా పాడి ఉండగలిగేది. ఇప్పటికి బాగానే పాడింది కానీ ఇంకా బాగా పాడగలిగి ఉండేది. సంథింగ్, సమ్ తెలుగు మీనింగ్ ఆల్సో ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు గివ్ యూ హియర్ అండ్ దేర్. ఓకే, షీ కుడ్ హ్యావ్ సంగ్ మచ్ బెటర్. సో హియర్ విత్ కుడ్, we have used the primary auxiliary, that is have, and when you use this have, the verb must be in the past participle form. Okay, and similarly he should not have invited Sheila to the party. With should, have is used and past participle form of the verb. He should not have invited Sheila to the party. అతడు షీలాను పార్టీకి ఆహ్వానించి ఉండాల్సింది కాదు, కానీ ఆహ్వానించాడు. ఘోరం జరిగిపోయింది. That's different. He should not have invited Sheila to the party. And here you pay attention. She might have paid the fee yesterday. So might is there. Might is another modal auxiliary. It is used with the primary auxiliary, that is have. After have, you must use always the past participle form of the verb. What is this past participle form of the verb? The fourth form of the verb. Present tense form, present participle form, past tense form, past participle form. That's the fourth form of the verb. So that verb you have to use it after have. With be you are using ing form. With have you are using past participle form. Okay, this is present participle, this is past participle. Please, all these things I hope you know very well, and that's why I'm making use of all these words, right? And you please watch many of my grammar videos. You can understand all these important aspects, right? In this way, if at all these modal auxiliaries are used with primary auxiliaries like be and have, okay, then the principal verb or the main verb may be changed accordingly into different forms. So that is there. It can be changed into as the present participle form, it can be changed into the past participle form, and so on. Okay, and that is the thing we have learned from this slide. And now we move on to other important aspects of this topic. Here is a detailed explanation of each modal verb with examples. So in this particular video, I am going to deal only with shall, will, should, would. With these four modal auxiliaries only, I am going to deal with in this video. And in the second part of the video, I am going to deal with all other modal auxiliaries. Therefore, this is the part 1 video, and the next video I am going to make is the part 2 video. In that video, you can find the use of all other modal auxiliaries. In this video, you are going to find the use of only shall, will, should, would. But these four modal auxiliaries are very important. Okay, and let us learn the use of all these four modal auxiliaries. Okay, and uses of shall and will. Okay, all of you know very well about all these modal auxiliaries. In spite of that, I am once again bringing all those important points to your mind. Okay, and here use of shall is there. First of all, let us learn about the use of shall. Okay, how to use this shall. Shall is used to indicate simple future time in the first person. What is the first person? I and we. Okay, first person singular I, first person plural we. That means with I and we must use only shall. Shall is used only with the first person singular I and first person plural we. That's all. Okay, so that is the restriction. With the first person singular I, first person plural we must use shall to indicate simple future time. Okay, some examples are given. I shall go. After the modal auxiliary, only the base form verb is used. That point was made clear in the earlier slides. Okay, and again I am not going to tell you. Okay, I shall go to Mumbai tomorrow. This action is going to happen tomorrow. It's a future action. It is indicating a future action. Okay, shall go, right? And you go to the next example. I shall help her get through DSC. So help. So you are going to help her. That is the future action. This is the future action, right? And here we shall be late for dinner. We shall be. If at all you want to make use of an adjective or an adverb or any noun, you must make use of this primary auxiliary be. We shall be. If you don't say be, you cannot directly say late. We shall late. No, we shall be late. That means beside this modal auxiliary, you must use either a base form verb. And if you are not going to use the base form verb, if you want to use a noun or an adjective or an adverb, whatever may be, so then you must take the help of this be, then you must make use of this one. So we shall be late. మేము లేట్గా ఉంటాము ఫర్ వాట్ ఫర్ డిన్నర్ రైట్ అండ్ హియర్ we shall apply. See, after shall base form verb is used. After shall base form verb, after shall base form, so we shall apply for the post. Okay, so in all these examples the action is not happening now, but it is going to happen in the near future. All these sentences are indicating futurity, future actions. So in this way, shall is used to indicate simple future time. That is the point. So the first point is clear. Now you move on to learn about the other uses of this shall. Okay, shall is used in the second and third persons to express. So generally shall is used only in the first person singular and first person plural. If at all this shall is used in the second person and third persons to, then what happens? This shall indicates some other things. Shall second person means you singular, you plural. Third person means he, she, it, and they, that is the plural. So this is called second person, this is called third person. Whenever this shall is used with these persons, then it expresses something different, something otherwise. What is that? Let us see that here. A promise, it indicates a promise whenever it is used with these second persons and third persons. Okay, a promise. How? Let us see that. You shall be paid your salary tomorrow. So some promise is there. You shall be paid your salary tomorrow. Repu nee salary chellinchabadutadi. It's a promise. Whenever you want to make a promise, you must use this shall. You shall be paid. Neevu chellinchabadutavu. This is in the passive voice, of course. Okay, and you go to the next example. She shall receive. This is in the active voice. She shall receive. Aame andukuntundi what? A prize for her excellent singing. So here it is a promise. The principal is making a promise. She shall receive. So generally, shall is not used with she. Shall is not used with this you, that is second person, this third person. But with second person and third person, shall is not used. Only will is used. That point you are going to learn. But whenever this shall is used with these second persons and third persons, then the shall will indicate something otherwise, something different. So it indicates a promise. She shall receive a prize for excellent singing. And here, he shall be promoted. Again, passive voice. He shall be promoted. అతడు ప్రమోట్ చేయబడతాడు ఇఫ్ హీ వర్క్స్ హార్డ్. అతడు కష్టపడి పనిచేసినట్టయితే అతడు ప్రమోట్ చేయబడతాడు. ఇట్స్ ఎ ప్రామిస్. They shall get their money back in a week. So it's a promise. There's a promise in this. ఒక వారంలో వారు తమ డబ్బును తిరిగి పొందుతారు. And here another use of this shall is, it indicates a command. Whenever the shall is used with the second persons and third persons, it indicates a command. How? Here you pay attention. You shall not steal. So it's a command. You shall not steal. You dongilinchakudadu. See that? So whenever you use shall with the second person, it indicates a command. And here you pay attention. She shall obey my orders. Aame na yokka orders nu shirasavahinsavale. It's a command. And here, he shall meet the foreign delegates. Atadu foreign delegates nu kalusukuntadu. It's a command. Right. And next example, they shall do as I tell them. Okay, they shall do as I tell them. నేను వారికి చెప్పిన విధముగా వారు దాన్ని చేస్తారు. So here in all these examples, the shall is indicating a command. In all these examples, the shall is indicating a promise, and in all these examples it is indicating a command. And now what else will it indicate? Let us now look at other things. Come on. The shall also indicates a threat. How? Let us look at the examples. You shall be dismissed if you disobey your boss. If you disobey your boss means నీవు నీ యొక్క బాస్ను డిజోబే చేసినట్టయితే, అతనికి శిరసావహించనట్టయితే, you shall be dismissed. So shall, it is in the passive voice. So whenever it is in the passive, you must use the be form. So you shall be dismissed. నీవు డిస్మిస్ చేయబడతావు. Right. And you see one more, it's a threat. He shall be fined for telling lies. For telling lies, he shall be fined. It's a threat. Bedirimpu. It's a threat. And here you pay attention. The officer shall be punished if he resorts to bribery. If at all that person resorts to bribery, that is corruption, then the officer shall be punished. Not will be punished, but shall be. So in this way, whenever this shall is used with the second persons and third persons, it indicates threat. Bedirimpu. Okay, and you go to the next one. It also indicates determination. How? Here you pay attention. You shall go to Mumbai all alone. It's a determination. You shall go to Mumbai all alone. You ఒంటరిగానే వెళ్తావు. అది determination అంతే. It's decided, that's all. It is determined. So determination. This shall in this sentence is indicating determination. Okay, and Mohan shall assist her in the negotiations. So that is a determination. He must assist her in the negotiations. So it's a determination. Mohan ఆమెకు negotiations లో సహకరించవాలి. Determination, decided, that's all. And one more example, they shall obey us whether they like it or not. See, this is a determination. Whether they like it or not, వారికి ఇష్టమున్నా లేకున్నా, they shall obey us. వారు మాకు విధేయులై ఉండవలే. So it's a determination. It is decided, that's all. నీకు ఇష్టమున్నా లేకున్నా నువ్వు నాకు obedient గా ఉండాలి, విధేయుడవై ఉండాలి. See that? It's a determination. So if you observe all these examples, whenever this shall is used with the second persons and the third persons, this shall indicates various things. And a few more things are also there. Let us learn even about them also, right? Use of will is there. Now we are going to learn about this will, right? And will is used in the second and third persons to express simple future time. You know very well, this shall is used with first person singular and plural. This is quite natural. And will, what is that? With all other persons. That means you and you, second person singular plural, third person he, she, it, plural, they and they. So with all these persons, this will is used to indicate future. With the first person singular and plural, this shall is used to indicate simple future. And that is quite natural. That is the natural duty of this shall and will, right? And here, therefore, will is there. Will is used in the second and third persons to express simple future time. So, very simple. You will not escape punishment for your negligence. నీ యొక్క నెగ్లిజెన్స్ కి నీవు శిక్ష నుండి తప్పించుకోలేవు. You will not escape. తప్పించుకోలేవు. You will not escape. He will go to the Chennai branch to sort out the things. He will go. Future time. It is indicating future time. This is indicating future time. And here they will help her get through the interview. So this is the future one. They are going to help her get through the interview. That is going to happen. This is not happening now. It is going to happen in the future. And here Dr. Mohan will be back next month. So he will be back. Already I have told you about this be. Whenever this shall or will, these modal auxiliaries are to be used with other than verbs, then you must use what? Be. Shall gaani, will gaani, itara modal auxiliaries ఏవైనా కూడాను వెర్బుతో గాక మిగతా మాటలతో వాడాలంటే తప్పనిసరిగా బి అనే మాట వాడవలే. విల్ తర్వాత వెర్బ్ లేదు, బ్యాక్ ఉన్నది. ఈ బ్యాక్ వాడాలంటే బి పెట్టాల్సిందే. సో దట్ ఈస్ దేర్. డాక్టర్ మోహన్ విల్ బి బ్యాక్ నెక్స్ట్ మంత్. ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ దట్. సో మోహన్ వచ్చే నెల తిరిగి వస్తాడు. సో ఫ్యూచర్, ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్. ఓకే. ద వందే భారత్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ విల్ లీవ్ వైజాగ్ at 5:30 AM. సో ఇట్ విల్ లీవ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్. So in this way, in all these sentences, the action is going to happen in the future. It's not going to happen now. So to indicate future actions, will is used with the second person singular plural, with the third person singular and plural. Right. Now you move on to other rules of this will. Will is used in the first person to express, okay. Generally in the first person, shall is used. Shall with the first person singular and plural. It is quite natural. It is normal. Okay. As a rule, this shall is used with the first person singular and plural. But whenever this will is used with the first person singular and plural, then what happens? Then this will conveys a different meaning. What is that meaning? Let us learn here. It indicates willingness. Whenever you use will with the first persons, then it indicates willingness. How? Here it is. All right, I will sing for you. I will sing. Whenever you use will with I, then it indicates willingness. I will sing for you. That means I am willing to sing. The meaning of that is also given there. I will lend you my book. I will lend you. నేను నా యొక్క పుస్తకాన్ని నీకు అరువుగా ఇస్తాను. So willingness is there. So we will come to tea with you. So you are expressing your willingness to go there for tea with them or something like that. So we will go there to help her. Okay. And see, in all these examples, this will is indicating some willingness. And you go to the next one, it also indicates some promise. Okay, how? Let us see that. I will help you in the interview. I will help you. You are not helping now, but you are going to help her. So it is your promise. I will help you. I promise that I will help you. That's the meaning. So this will with the first person singular and plural indicates a promise. It indicates willingness, something like that. One more example. We will recommend your case to the boss. Whenever you say will with we, then it indicates a promise. We will recommend your case to the boss. Okay, you can understand this sentence. I will take care of your luggage till you return. I will take care. You are making a promise. You are making a promise to that friend and you say, till you return, I will take care of your luggage. నువ్వు వచ్చేంత వరకు నీ లగేజ్ చూసుకుంటాను. So something like that. I will take care of your luggage till you return. So in all these examples, this will is used with the first person singular and plural, and whenever it is used so, it indicates a promise. Okay, now let's move on to learn other important uses of this will. This will also indicates some determination. Okay, perverse determination, mondi nischaya bhavamu. I will confess my guilt. I am determined to confess. I will confess means I am determined to confess my guilt. నేను నా యొక్క నేరాన్ని ఒప్పుకోవడానికి నిశ్చయించుకున్నాను. I am determined to confess my guilt. Okay, I will fight for my rights. So you have decided to fight for your rights. I will fight for my rights. Okay, it is your decision. It is your determination. We will have our way in this matter. So it is your determination to have your own way in this matter. ఈ విషయంలో మా సొంత దారి మేము చూసుకుంటాం. So you have set a decision. You have made the decision. You have made the determination. So something like that. So here we will not obey his orders, come what may. Come what may is a beautiful phrase. Come what may means ఏమైనా కానీ, ఏదేమైనా కానీ, something. Come what may. That is the meaning of that. We will not obey his orders. మేము అతని ఆజ్ఞలను పాటించము. ఏమైనా కానియండి, ఏమైనా జరగని, something like that. So here in all these examples, this will is indicating the determination of these persons. Okay, you go to the next one, intention, and this will also indicates some kind of intention. Intention means what is it? Proposal, intention. Okay, whatever you intend, that is called intention. Intention, uddeshamu, purpose. Okay, and here I will call on her today. I am intending to call. I will call on her today means ee roju amenu nenu sandarshistanu. It's my intention. And here you pay attention. I will write a letter to her tomorrow. So it is your intention to write a letter to her tomorrow. ఆమెకు రేపు లెటర్ రాయాలనేది నీ యొక్క ఇంటెన్షన్. So this will is indicating the intention of this person. And here is we will go to the cinema tonight. We will go to the cinema tonight. మేము ఈ రాత్రికి సినిమాకు వెళ్తాం. This is our intention. Right. That means the meaning of this is given here. We intend to go to the cinema tonight. మేము ఈ రాత్రికి సినిమాకు వెళ్ళాలని సంకల్పించాము. Intend, కోరుకున్నాము, something like that in Telugu. So here in all these examples now, this will is indicating the intention. In all these examples, this will is indicating the determination of these persons. So in this way, will, when used in the first person singular and plural, will indicate all these things. Will అనేది సెకండ్ పర్సన్స్, థర్డ్ పర్సన్స్ తోనే వాడాలి. అలా కాకుండా ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్ ప్లూరల్ తో కనుక వాడితే అప్పుడు వాటికి డిఫరెంట్ మీనింగ్స్ ధ్వనిస్తుంటాయి. సో ఇదే మీరు నేర్చుకోవాల్సి, అంటే విల్లు ప్లేస్ లో షెల్ ప్లేస్ లో విల్లు పెట్టి వాడినప్పుడు డిఫరెంట్ మీనింగ్స్ ధ్వనిస్తాయి అనేది, దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద థింగ్స్ ఆర్ టెలింగ్ యూ. ఓకే, ప్లీజ్ go through this video again and again. You can understand all these things. Very simple, very easy, right? And now you move on to learn other important things. And fifth one, a threat. Will also indicates a threat when used with first person singular and plural. How? Let us see that. I will kill you. So it's a threat. నేను చంపేస్తాను if you cross your limits. నీవు నీ హద్దులు దాటితే నేను చంపేస్తాను. ఇట్స్ ఎ థ్రెట్. Of course, you are not going to kill him, but you simply say that. హద్దులు దాటితే నేను చంపేస్తారు ఓయ్. Something like that. Okay, it's a threat. I will. In order to, whenever you want to indicate a threat, you must use will with the first person singular. Okay, and here I will give you a blow if you call me names. Call me names means if you scold me, if you abuse me, నన్ను దొబ్బులు పెట్టినట్టయితే నేను ఒక్క దెబ్బ కొడతాను. I will give you a blow. It's a threat, బెదిరింపు. And here we will expose his corrupt nature. It's a threat. That means we are going to expose his corrupt nature. అతని యొక్క అవినీతి స్వభావాన్ని నేను వెల్లడి చేస్తాను. What are you doing? You are threatening him. బెదిరిస్తున్నావు, బిడ్డాన్ని అవినీతి చిట్టా విప్తా. Sometimes you say that. So in this way, whenever you use this will with the first person singular and plural, that indicates a threat. And here we will expel her if she marries against her parents' wishes. We will expel her. మేము ఆమెను ఇంట్లో నుంచి వెళ్ళగొట్టేస్తాము. ఎప్పుడు? If she marries against her parents' wishes. ఆమె తన తల్లి తండ్రుల యొక్క అభిష్టానికి వ్యతిరేకంగా పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటే ఆమెను ఇంట్లోకి నుంచి వెళ్ళగొట్టేస్తాం. So it's a threat. బెదిరింపు. So with this, the use of this will in the place of first person singular and plural is over. And now we move on to learn other important things. So third point, in asking questions, the following rules should be observed. So this is an important aspect. Whenever you ask questions, the following rule should be observed. How? Here's in the first person, will is never used. So in the first person, generally with first person, shall is only used. You know that very well. You know the tense, simple future tense. So if you know the simple future tense, there will be no problem at all. Okay, with first person singular, we use shall. With all other persons, we use will. But whenever you exchange the use of these shall and will, then they convey different meanings that you know very well. So here in the first person, will is never used because we always use shall. So in asking questions, we must use only shall, not will at all. No will at all. So here you pay attention. Shall I call her? Shall I call her means, do you want me to call her? Amenu nannu pilavamantava? It's a wish. Shall we play a game of chess? Manam oka game chess aadama? Veldama, undama, podama? So such things are expressed only. Shall we? Shall we go to the movies? మనం సినిమాకి వెళ్దామా? Shall we play cricket? Shall we watch TV? Shall we చూద్దామా, చేద్దామా, వద్దామా? So such kind of meanings are conveyed through this shall we. Shall we play a game of chess? That means, do we intend to play a game of chess? Intention. There's a wish. That's a. So here, shall I be late? నేను లేట్గా ఉండనా? Indicates simple future. If I start now, shall I be late? Shan't I be late? Shall not is equal to shan't. Shan't I be late? నేను ఇప్పుడు బయలుదేరితే లేట్గా ఉండనా? And here you pay attention. Note, never say will I, will we. So these two things should not be used. Will I be late? No. Will we play a game of chess? No. Will I call her? No. Don't say will. In the first person singular, for questioning, only you must use shall. Because always shall is used for the first person. So for the questions also, you must use only the shall, not will at all. So therefore, will I, you should not use. Will we, you should not use. So please keep this point in your mind. And now you move on to learn other important things. In the second person, shall or will is used according to whichever is expected in the answer. So in the second person, you can use either shall or will according to whichever is expected in the answer. So here, one example. Shall you go home tomorrow? Actually, you should say will you. But if you say shall you go home tomorrow, then the answer must also be with this shall. No, I shall not go till next Sunday. Shall you go home means I shall not. So here shall. Whenever you use shall here, in the answer also shall is used. Suppose if you use will you come tomorrow? If you use will, again in the answer also, yes, I will. So if in the question, if shall is used in the answer, shall is again used. If will is used, again will is used in the answer. So in this way, this is there. Okay, and you move on to the next one. Will you is the most common form of asking a favor. So this very important one, star marked one. So will you is always used to ask for a favor. To ask for a favor. ఒక పని చేసి పెట్టమని అడగడానికి ఎప్పుడు విల్ యూ వాడతారు. విల్ యూ గెట్ మీ ఎ గ్లాస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్, ఒక గ్లాస్ మంచినీళ్ళు ఇస్తావా. విల్ యూ గివ్ మీ యువర్ పెన్, ఓకే. విల్ యూ హెల్ప్ మీ, విల్ యూ హెల్ప్ మీ లిఫ్ట్ దిస్ బాక్స్, ఓకే. ఓకే, will you give me a lift up to the next stage. Will you is very common. It is the most common form of asking a favor. So some examples are given here. You are learning all these things. Will you lift this box for me? And here, will you grant me leave for 2 days? Will you help me in filling up the form? In all these examples, will you is always used to ask for a favor. ఒక ఫేవర్ను చెయ్యమని అడగడానికి విల్ అనేది అత్యంత కామన్గా వాడుతుండే మాట. మీరు కూడా వాడండి, బాగుంటుంది. నౌ లెట్స్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు లెర్న్ అదర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్. ఇన్ ద థర్డ్ పర్సన్ విల్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ యూజ్డ్. ఇన్ ద థర్డ్ పర్సన్ విల్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ యూజ్డ్. హౌ? విల్ హీ గో టు ఢిల్లీ టుమారో? ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు క్వశ్చన్ in the third person, you must use only will, because in the second person and third person we use only will as a rule. So in the question also we use will. In the first person we use shall. Therefore in the question also we use shall. Very clear, right? And now, will he go to New Delhi tomorrow? Atar rep Delhi ki veltada? Will they come to see us today? See, question. Will they come to see us today? Will she marry Mohan? Okay, will they attend the meeting today? Very simple questions. Will he help her in the exam? So in this way, in the third person, we always use the modal auxiliary will for questions. Okay, for questions, we must use only will. He, they. So these are all third person. In the third person, you have to use only will. Even for the second person also, you have to use say. Will you help me? Will you come with me? Will you lend me your pen? Something. Will you is commonly used. Right. And now you move on to other important things. Use of should. Now you are going to learn the use of should, and let us learn where this should is used. Should is a beautiful modal auxiliary, and people also make use of this should extensively in their everyday language, everyday life. Okay, and here you pay attention. Should is the past tense of shall, and is used as such in the indirect speech. So should is what? The past tense of shall. Shall past tense is should. Should future tense is shall. So it's something like that. So here direct. The captain said players shall assemble at the college at 4 p.m. So this is the direct speech. So in the indirect speech, what happened? The captain said that players should assemble. Shall assemble, future tense. Should assemble, again future tense. Of course, shall assemble, should assemble convey the same meaning, but this is in the future tense, this is in the past tense. Okay, and one more example is given here. Direct speech. She said the scoundrel shall be thrashed. Okay, the scoundrel shall be thrashed. Thrashed means beaten. Okay, and indirect speech. She said that the scoundrel should be thrashed. Shall be is future, should be is the past tense. So whenever there is shall in the direct speech, that must be turned into should. Okay, that is what you are learning here, because this should is the past tense of shall. This point is clear, and I need not explain all these things. Now you move on to other important things. Should expresses duty or obligation. Okay, in all the three persons. In all the three persons means what? First person. Okay, we have how many person do we have? Three persons. First person, second person, third person. You know very well. Do you know these persons? We have three persons in the English language. First person, second person, third person. First person means one who speaks is called the first person. Evadu maatladte vade first person. And second person means what? The person spoken to. Evadito maatladte vade second person. If I speak to you, I am the first person, you are the second person. Suppose if you speak to me, then what happens? You become the first person, I become the second person. So it is like that. And then third person. Third person means the person spoken about. Evadi gurinchi maatladte vade third person. You know that very well. So in this way, yes, first person, second person, third person. And who is the first person? Then I. Evadu maatladte vadu first person. మాట్లాడబడి ఏమంటాడు ఐ, నేను అంటారు. సో ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ యూ సే ఐ. చాలా మంది మాట్లాడితే ఏమంటారు మేము అంటాం. కాబట్టి ద ప్లూరల్ ఆఫ్ ఐ ఈజ్ వాట్? ఆల్వేస్ వి. ఇట్స్ లైక్ దట్. సో ద ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్ ఈజ్ ఐ, ద ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ ప్లూరల్ ఈజ్ వి. దట్ ఈస్ హౌ వి లెర్న్ ద థింగ్స్. ఓకే, సెకండ్ పర్సన్ ఎవరితో మాట్లాడితే వాడే సెకండ్ పర్సన్. సో యూ స్పీక్ టు వన్ పర్సన్, దెన్ యూ సే యూ. ఒకడైతే యూ అంటాం. అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ స్పీక్ టు మెనీ పీపుల్, దెన్ యూ సే యూ. యూ మీన్స్ సింగులర్ అయితే నీవు, అండ్ ఇఫ్ చాలా మంది ఉంటే మీరు. ఒకడే అయితే నీవు, చాలా మంది ఉంటే మీరు. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్ సింగులర్ యూ, సెకండ్ పర్సన్ ప్లూరల్ యూ. And third person means the person spoken about. Who do you speak about? You speak about a he, you speak about a she, you speak about an it. And if there is one person, you say he. If there is one woman, you say she. But if there are many, then what you say? They. కాబట్టి హీకు షీకు ప్లూరల్ దే అని. ఇట్ అంటే ఒక్కటి, ఒక్క వస్తువు ఉంటే ఇట్ అంటాం. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఇస్ వన్ ప్లేస్ ఆర్ వన్ థింగ్, యూ కాల్ ఇట్ ఇట్. సో ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఆర్ మెనీ, దెన్ యూ సే దే. కాబట్టి దే అంటే అవి, దే అంటే వారు. సో ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ ఐ హావ్ టాట్ ఎట్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ టీచింగ్ యూ అబౌట్ ద పర్సనల్ ప్రొనౌన్స్. అవి చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ చెప్పాను, మళ్ళీ చెప్పడం బాగుండదు. ఓకే, అయినా చెప్పాను. ఓకే, వదిలే. సో హియర్ వాట్ ఈస్ దాట్? దిస్ షుడ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెసెస్ డ్యూటీ ఆర్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద త్రీ పర్సన్స్. ఓకే, సమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆర్ గివెన్ హియర్. ఐ షుడ్ నాట్ బి అన్ఫేర్ టు హర్. సో షుడ్ ఈస్ ద, not is there, should not. Okay, whenever you want to use other than a verb, you must use this be, this primary auxiliary. I should not be unfair to her. నేను ఆమెకు unfair గా ఉండకూడదు. I should not be unfair to her. It is my duty, it is my obligation not to be unfair to her. ఆమె పట్ల నేను unfair గా ఉండకూడదు అనేది నా బాధ్యత. It's my duty, it's my obligation. So it is there. Okay, and here he should have given her a helping hand. So he should have given her a helping hand. అతడు ఆమెకు సహాయము చేసి ఉండాల్సింది. He should have given her a helping hand. Helping hand ఇవ్వడం అంటే ఆమెకు సహాయం చేసి ఉండాల్సింది. That's the Telugu meaning of this. It is the duty of this man. It is the obligation of this man, right? And you go to the next one. We should all work for the common good. So it is our duty. It is our obligation. ఇది మన డ్యూటీ, ఇది లేదా బాధ్యత. So we should all work for the common good. Okay, and you should tell the truth. So it is our duty. It is our obligation. So you should tell the truth. And you go to the next one. She should pay the fees in time. She should pay the fees in time. It is her duty to pay the fees in time. Okay, and here last example, they should have paid the tax before the due date. Due date కంటే ముందే వాళ్ళు ట్యాక్స్ చెల్లించి ఉండాల్సింది. అంటే వాళ్ళు చెల్లించలేదు అని ఇంకొక అర్థం వస్తూనే ఉంది. You know that very well. So here they should have paid the tax. వాళ్ళు చెల్లించి ఉండాల్సింది before the due date. So whatever it is, in all these examples, this should is indicating duty or obligation. In all the three persons, I first person, he third person, we first person, you second person, she third person, they third person. So with all the three persons, this should is used to indicate duty or obligation. So this point is clear. Now you move on to learn other important things. Third one, should is used in conditional clauses expressing possibilities and suppositions. So this should is also used. Very, very important. This should must be used in the clauses expressing possibilities and suppositions. How? Here you pay attention. If he should come, it's a supposition. If he should come means atadu vachinattaite. That means he is not coming actually, but if at all he comes, that is the meaning. అతడు రాడు, ఒకవేళ వస్తే, that is the thing. It's a supposition, possibility. Whenever you are indicating this possibility or supposition, you must use only should. If he should come, అతడు ఒకవేళ వచ్చినట్టయితే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ యు సే ఇఫ్ హీ కమ్స్, లుక్ అట్ దిస్, ఇఫ్ హీ కమ్స్ మీన్స్ అతడు వచ్చినట్టయితే, అతడు వస్తాడు తప్పక వచ్చినట్టయితే, దట్స్ see the difference between these two sentences. So here it is certain but it is not certain here, it is probable but it is not probable here. Okay, so that's there. So if he should come, ask him to wait. అతడు రాడు, ఒకవేళ వచ్చినట్లయితే ఆగమని చెప్పు, సంథింగ్ లైక్ that. Okay, and should it rain, there will be no picnic today. Should it rain means, so that means if it should rain, that should be the right sentence. If it should rain, వర్షం కురిసినట్టయితే, meaning is the same, but since you are using this should, what happens, you have to think in that way. వర్షం కురిసినట్టయితే means కురిసే ఛాన్స్ లేదు, ఒకవేళ కురిస్తే, that is the Telugu name. Whenever you use should, this kind of meaning you have to take from that. అలా చెప్పాల్సి వచ్చినప్పుడు should తోనే చెప్పడం కుదురుతుంది. If it should rain, you can directly say should it rain, there will be no picnic today. That is that. So I have also given you the example. If it should rain, right? And you go to the next one. If the Chinese should attack again, చైనా వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ అటాక్ చేసినట్టయితే, చెయ్యరు, ఒకవేళ చేసినట్టయితే, whenever this should is there, it conveys that kind of meaning. అలా షుడ్ వాడితే అలాంటి మీనింగే వస్తుంది, గమనించండి. మీకు టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లలో అక్కడిక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంటుంది. దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ద మీనింగ్ లైక్ దట్. ఇఫ్ ద చైనీస్ షుడ్ అటాక్ అగైన్, చైనీస్ వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ అటాక్ చేసినట్టయితే, చెయ్యరు, చేసినట్టయితే, దట్ ఈస్ ఇంప్రాబబుల్, దట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్, దట్స్ ఓన్లీ సపోజిషన్, ఒక ఇమాజినరీ థింగ్, ప్రిజంప్షన్, అజంప్షన్, ఇవన్నీ అజంప్షన్, దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ అజంప్షన్స్. వాళ్ళు అటాక్ చెయ్యరు, ఒకవేళ చేస్తే, we shall give them a warm reception. It's like that. Okay, and here, so some note is also given for your convenience. Please, you can read it. If he should come indicates less likelihood of his coming. So the sentence means something like this: there is not much chance of his coming. If he should come అంటే అర్థమైంది, అతడు వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ తక్కువగా ఉంది, ఒకవేళ వస్తే, దట్స్ ద మీనింగ్. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ he turns up, ask him to wait. So here the same meaning is given here. You please read this and you can easily understand. Okay, and now you move on to learn about other important uses of this should. Fourth one is there. Should expresses less possibility than shall. Okay, it is there. How? I should be happy to meet Robinson. So less possibility is there. So that means the possibility of meeting Robinson is less in this sentence. I should be happy to meet Robinson. రాబిన్సన్ ను కలుసుకోవడంలో నేను చాలా సంతోషపడతాను. దట్ మీన్స్ ద పాసిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ మీటింగ్ రాబిన్సన్ ఈజ్ లెస్. రాబిన్సన్ ను కలుసుకోవడంలో పాసిబిలిటీ చాలా తక్కువగా ఉంది, ఒకవేళ కలుసుకుంటే ఐ షుడ్ బి హ్యాపీ, దట్స్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్, రైట్? అండ్ హియర్ ఐ షల్ బి హ్యాపీ టు మీట్ రాబిన్సన్. సో దేర్ ఈస్ మోర్ పాసిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ మీటింగ్ రాబిన్సన్. రాబిన్సన్ ను కలుసుకోవడంలో ఎక్కువ పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది, అంతను కలుసుకున్నట్టయితే నేను చాలా హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ అవుతాను. సో హియర్ ఐ షల్ బి హ్యాపీ టు మీట్ రాబిన్సన్, ఐ షుడ్ బి హ్యాపీ టు మీట్ రాబిన్సన్. whenever you say I should be, it indicates less possibility. Whenever there is some less possibility, then you make use of this should. Whenever there is more possibility, you make use of this shall. తక్కువ పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే షుడ్ వాడతాం, ఎక్కువ పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే షల్ వాడతాం. సో దట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ యూసేజ్. And here, note, should adds a coloring of doubt to the statement. It adds some kind of doubt, okay, because less possibility it is indicating. The second sentence expresses a greater probability. I shall be happy to meet Robinson means, so there is every possibility of meeting Robinson. Whenever I meet Robinson, I feel very happy. That is the meaning of that. Right, and here should is the only auxiliary that is used after lest. So this is a very important one. After lest, lest is a beautiful conjunction. So that not, that's the meaning of that conjunction. So with that conjunction, you must use only should. In the examination, there will be given a blank after lest, and after lest you must use only should. This is very, very important. So pay a very good attention to this. Okay, and here you pay attention. Work very hard lest you should fail in the examination. See, after this lest you must use only the modal auxiliary should. So in your DS examination, after lest some blank is given. and you are asked to fill in the blank with suitable modal auxiliary. Then what do? You make use of only this should, the modal auxiliary, and no other modal auxiliary will fit in this blank, only should. Okay, after lest we should use only should, not any other modal auxiliary. Keep this point in your mind. It's a very important rule. So work very hard lest you have to fail in the examination. That means exam lo fail avvakunda ఉండగలందులకు నీవు కష్టపడి చదవవలెను. దట్స్ ద తెలుగు మీనింగ్. అలా చెప్పాలి తెలుగు. మన అన్నగారు అట్నే చెప్పేవాడు, అది ఇప్పటికీ మర్చిపోలేదు. ఐ టేక్ ఓన్లీ దట్ మీనింగ్ ఓన్లీ బికాస్ ఇట్ కన్వేస్ ఓన్లీ దట్ మీనింగ్. ఆ మీనింగ్ ఇస్తుంది కాబట్టి అలానే చెప్పుకోవాలి. ఎగ్జాములో ఫెయిల్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండగలందులకు, ఫెయిల్ అవ్వడానికి కాదు, ఫెయిల్ అవ్వకుండా నెగటివ్, ఫెయిల్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండగలందులకు వర్క్ వెరీ హార్డ్, కష్టపడి చదువు. సంథింగ్ right. One more example is given here. The police surrounded the house lest the criminal should escape. See, after lest should is there. A sentence with should must be there after lest. This point you understand from this rule. And here, what is the meaning of this sentence? The police surrounded the house lest the criminal should escape. Criminal తప్పించుకోకుండా ఉండగలందులకు పోలీసులు ఆ ఇంటిని చుట్టుముట్టారు. They surrounded the house. Right. And Telugu meaning, okay. And now you move on to other uses of the modal auxiliary should. Sixth rule is, should is used in the main clauses which are preceded or followed by a clause expressing unreal conditions. Unreal means they are not the real conditions, they are imaginary conditions or unreal conditions. Okay, let us take one example to understand this rule. If I were you, I should accept this post. This is an unreal condition. How? If I were you, నేను నీవైనట్టయితే, నేను నీవైతానా? పోనీ నువ్వు నేనైతానా? ఐ కెనాట్. నీవు కాలేను, నీవు నేను కాలేవు, అంతేనా? సో ఇట్ ఈస్ క్వైట్ అన్రియల్, ఇమాజినరీ, బట్ అకేషనల్లీ వీ షల్ బి సేయింగ్ సచ్ థింగ్స్. నీ ప్లేస్లో కనుక నేను ఉంటేనారా అలా చెప్పడం, నేను చిరంజీవిని అయితేనారా, నేను సీఎం అయితేనారా, నేను చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అయితేనారా, సంథింగ్ యూ సమ్టైమ్స్ యూ హ్యాపీ టు సే దట్. Of course, you don't become so, but you sometimes say that for effect's sake. And here you say, if I were you, నేను నీవైనట్టయితే, అంటే నేను నీ ప్లేస్ లో ఉండినట్టయితే. This is an unreal condition. Whenever such unreal conditions are given in the main clause, you must use only the modal auxiliary should and nothing else. ఇలా అన్రియల్ కండిషన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ మెయిన్ క్లాజ్ లో షుడ్ అనేదే తప్పనిసరిగా ఉండి తీరవాలి. ఎగ్జామ్ లో ఇక్కడ బ్లాంక్ ఇస్తాడు మీకు, అప్పుడు దీంట్లో షుడ్ వాడాలి. సో దట్ ఈస్ దేర్. రైట్. 2 more examples I would like to give you. No Mohan, I shouldn't do that if I were you. I should, if I were you. This is an unreal condition. So then I shouldn't do that if I were you. నేను గనుక నీ ప్లేస్ లో ఉండినట్లయితే నేను అలా చెయ్యను. Were I a king? So this is a stylish sentence. If were I a king means if I were a king. That is the meaning of this. Were I a king, style. If I were a king or were I a king, both convey the same meaning. నేను ఒక రాజునైనట్లయితే, can you become a king? Okay, you cannot. I shouldn't be more happy than I am. ఇప్పుడున్న దానికంటే ఎక్కువ సంతోషంగా ఉండకపోయేవాడిని. Right. As you will notice, this type of sentence is often used to give polite advice or gentle admonition. So polite advice, such sentences are made only to convey polite advice or gentle admonition. Gentle admonition means gentle rebuke, గద్దించడము. కాస్త గద్దిస్తారు కదా, ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారు అవి అలా చెప్పి గద్దిస్తాంగా, అలా గద్దించడానికి ఇలా చెప్తా. ఇఫ్ ఐ వర్ యూ, ఐ షుడెంట్ హ్యావ్ డన్ సో. నీ ప్లేస్ లో ఉంటే అట్లా చేయకపోవటం, ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నాను అనవసరంగా. సో అలా చిన్నగా గద్దించడానికి. సో టు కెన్ సే గివ్ సమ్ పొలైట్ అడ్వైస్ ఆర్ టు గివ్ జెంటిల్ అడ్మానిషన్. అడ్మానిషన్ అంటే గద్దింపు, తిట్టడము, దెబ్బలు పెట్టడము, లైట్ గా దెబ్బలు పెట్టడాన్ని అడ్మానిషన్. సో సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. అండ్ నౌ యూ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్. Now you move on to learn other important things. Seventh rule is that should is also used in the expression should like to, which is a polite form of making a statement. Whenever you want to make a polite statement, then you must use the should like to. Should like to is very important. Please, this is a spoken English skill also. You must practice it frequently, and you will become habituated to using this should like to. I should like to introduce myself to you. I should like to go to college. I should like to do the homework. I should like to. I should like to. Whenever you want to make some polite statement, generally you can మేక్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ షుడ్ లైక్ టు. షుడ్ లైక్ టు అనేది ఒక మర్యాదపూర్వకంగా ఒక వాక్యాన్ని చెప్పడానికి అలా వాడుతుంటున్నారు. ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు కన్సల్ట్ ద డాక్టర్. I should like to meet the principal. I should like to apply for the post. I should like to. అలా ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు అంటే గౌరవార్థంగా, పొలైట్ గా, మర్యాద పూర్వకంగా ఒక వాక్యాన్ని మొదలెట్టినట్టుగా ఉంటుంది. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ యు మస్ట్ లర్న్ ఇట్ బై హార్ట్. మరి కంఠస్థం చేయండి. ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు అనేది బాగా నోటికి అలవాటు చేసుకోండి. ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు నోటికి అలా రఫ్ అట్లా వచ్చేసాలి. ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు, ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు, ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు. సో బిఫోర్ every polite form of making a statement, you must use that. So here I'm going to give you some example. I should like to congratulate the speakers on the high levels of the debate we have had. I should like to, right? And here I should just like to mention that we have been given only 2 days to make a decision. I should like to mention. మర్యాద పూర్వకంగా అంటున్నాడు, మాకు డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవడానికి 2 రోజుల టైం మాత్రమే ఇచ్చారు. ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు మెన్షన్, మీకు విన్నవించాలనుకుంటున్నాను, మీకు మర్యాదపూర్వకంగా మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు యు మేక్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఐ షుడ్ లైక్ టు, రైట్? హియర్ యు పే అటెన్షన్. అండ్ 8th one is there. Should is also used to express possibility or likelihood. So for indicating possibility or for likelihood, should is used. How? Here you pay attention. I should be able to defeat him. So that means there is a possibility for me to defeat this person. You should be able to finish this work in time. అంటే you have the possibility of finishing this work in time. We should see Mount Everest from Tiger Hill if the sky is clear. We should see. That means there is every possibility of seeing Mount Everest from Tiger Hill if at all the sky is clear. ఆకాశం నిర్మలంగా ఉన్నట్టయితే టైగర్ హిల్ నుంచి ఎవరెస్ట్ ను క్లియర్ గా చూసే అవకాశం, పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. So whenever you want to indicate the possibility of something, some action, likelihood of some action, so then you should make use of this modal auxiliary should. Okay, and now you move on to learn other important things. Next, the use of would. Okay, I'm going to teach you the uses of would. Okay, and what is that? Here you pay attention. The first use of this would is the past tense of will. Okay, the past tense of will is future tense. Okay, and would is the past tense. It is used as such in the indirect speech. So that means if at all there is a will in the direct speech, whenever you change that will into the indirect speech, you must change it into would. That you know very well. So some examples are given here. Direct speech is given. The manager said the office will be closed on Sunday, right? And here will be is used. So in the indirect speech, what do you say? The manager said that the office would be closed, and will be is turned into would be, because the past tense of will is would, because in the indirect speech you have to change everything into the past tense, the relevant past tense. Okay, one more example. Direct speech, she said I will not stay here anymore. So here will is there, and here you pay attention. In direct speech, she said that she would not stay there anymore. So will is changed into would. So in this way, whenever there is a will in the direct speech, when you change that will into indirect speech, that will should be turned into would. That you know very well, and that's very easy. Now you move on to learn other uses of this would. Would expresses willingness or rather perverse determination. So this would is there. It indicates willingness, one thing, and it also indicates some perverse determination. Perverse means mondi, obstinate determination, mondi nischaya bhavam. You can use this word also in your everyday life. Perverse determination ante mondi pattudala, mondi nischaya bhavamu, mondi nirnayamu, something like that. And here the doctor said he would visit the patient. Okay, the doctor said he would visit. This means there's willingness in this sentence. He would visit means తాను పేషెంట్ ను సందర్శిస్తానని డాక్టర్ చెప్పాడు. So this is indicating the willingness of this doctor, right? And here he said he would try is best to help me. So he said he would try is best to help me. నాకు సాయం చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తానని అతడు చెప్పాడు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఇండికేటింగ్ సమ్ willingness. సో in these two examples some willingness is indicated. You go to the next one. He would bet on that horse though I asked him not to. నేను వద్దని చెప్పినా అతడు ఆ హార్స్ పైన బెట్ కట్టాడు. That is called perverse determination. మొండి నిశ్చయభావము, నిర్ణయము. వద్దని చెప్పినా చేసిన ఏమంటాం? మొండోడు అంటామా లేదా? సో ఇట్స్ లైక్ దట్. సో టు ఇండికేట్ దట్ మొండి determination is also, we use this would, right? She would have her own way despite my suggestions. నేను ఇన్ని సూచనలు చేసినా ఆమె తన దారిలోనే వెళ్తా అంటున్నది. That means this indicates what her perverse determination, right? And you go to the next one. They would bunk classes in spite of the warning given by the headmaster. The headmaster has given them some serious warning. Even then the boys would bunk classes. The boys would bunk classes means the boys bunked the classes, avoided the classes. So that's called the perverse determination. In all these three examples you can find the perverse determination of the persons. In all these two examples you can find the willingness of the persons. So in this way, to indicate willingness or rather a perverse determination, would is generally used. Okay, and you move on to the next important use of this would. Third one, would expresses a customary action in the past. So this would indicates a customary action. That means a habitual action in the past. Habitual action in the past, just like used to. It is equivalent to used to. When I was in the high school, I used to get up at 5 o'clock. I used to do some exercise for 1 hour. I used to walk for 2 miles, something like that. I used to. Just as you used to indicate your past habitual actions, you can also use would to indicate your past habitual actions. మీ గతములోని అలవాట్లను యూజ్డ్ టు తోనే కాదు, వుడ్ తోను కూడా చెప్పవచ్చును. వాట్ ఏ నైస్ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఓకే, రైట్. అండ్ హియర్ యూ పే అటెన్షన్. ఆఫ్టర్ డిన్నర్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ వుడ్ సిట్ ఇన్ ద కామన్ రూమ్ అండ్ చాట్ ఫర్ ఎ వైల్. డిన్నర్ అయ్యాక స్టూడెంట్స్ కామన్ రూమ్ లో కూర్చొని కొంతసేపు ముచ్చట్లాడుకునేవారు. అలా ఉండేది వాళ్ళ యొక్క అలవాటు. హ్యాబిచువల్ యాక్షన్, కస్టమరీ యాక్షన్. Okay, right. The old man would recline in a corner. ఆ ముసలివాడు ఒక మూలన ముడుచుకొని పండుకునేవాడు. And sleep most of the time, right? And see who sit there. The sparrows would come and pick up crumbs from my hand. ఆ పిచ్చుకలు వచ్చి ఆ రొట్టె ముక్కలు నా చేతి నుండి పిక్ చేసుకొని తినేటటువంటివి. So in all these, instead of would, you can also use it to. The sparrows use it to come and pick up. You can say the old man use it to recline. The students use it to sit down. You can also use it to. So would and use it to both convey the customary actions. Okay, right. And you move on to the next rule. Fourth one, would and would like to express a wish. It would or would like to expresses some wish. Okay, so here you pay attention. I would like to know what my duty is. నేను తెలుసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నాను. నీ మనోభిష్టాన్ని చెప్పడానికి వుడ్ లైక్ టు వాడతాం. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు వాచ్ దిస్ మూవీ. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు రైట్ ఎ లెటర్ టు హర్. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు టాక్ టు హర్. నేను ఆమెతో మాట్లాడాలనుకుంటున్నాను. సో ఇట్ ఇస్ యువర్ విష్. షుడ్ లైక్ టు నేమో ఒక విషయాన్ని గౌరవంగా చెప్పడానికి షుడ్ లైక్ టు వాడతారు. మనసులోని ఇష్టాన్ని చెప్పడానికి వుడ్ లైక్ టు వాడతారు. సీ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్. I would like to know what my duty is. నా డ్యూటీ ఏందో తెలుసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నాను. అది నా కోరిక. That's my wish, right? He would like to introduce himself to us. అతడు తన్ను తాను మాకు పరిచయం చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నాడు. Do unto others as you would like to be done by others. ఇతరుల చేత నువ్వేమి చెయ్యబడాలనుకుంటున్నావో నీవు వాళ్ళకు అదే చెయ్యి. ఇతరునికి ఏం చేయాలనుకుంటున్నావు? గౌరవంగా చూడాలనుకుంటున్నావు. నువ్వు ఇతరులకు కూడా అలా చెయ్యి. సో సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. వుడ్ లైక్ టు. సో హియర్ బిహేవ్ టువర్డ్స్ అదర్స్ యాజ్ యూ వుడ్ లైక్ దెమ్ టు బిహేవ్ టువర్డ్స్ యూ. నీ పట్ల ఇతరులు ఎలా ప్రవర్తించుకుంటున్నావో నీవు కూడా ఇతరుల పట్ల అలా ప్రవర్తించాలి. సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. బిహేవ్ టువర్డ్స్ అదర్స్ యాజ్ యూ వుడ్ లైక్ దెమ్ టు బిహేవ్ టువర్డ్స్ యూ. Okay, that is there. And here you go to the next one. Would rather. It's a very important one. Would rather. Would rather express a choice or preference. Very, very important, please. Would rather. So here you pay attention. Okay, very important. She would rather die than marry him. So here after would rather than is used. After would rather base form verb is used. After than also base form verb. No to infinitive. Remember this construction. So the meaning is clear. She would rather die than marry him. అతన్ని పెళ్లి చేసుకోవడం కంటే ఆమె చావడం మంచిది. ఇట్స్ అ ప్రిఫరెన్స్. అతనిని పెళ్లి చేసుకోవడం కంటే ఆమె చావడము మంచిది. అలా వెనక నుంచి మీనింగ్ తీసుకుంటారు ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా. సో దెర్ ఈజ్ సమ్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్. అతన్ని పెళ్లి చేసుకోవడం కంటే ఆమె చావడం మంచిదయ్యా. దిస్ ఈజ్ ప్రిఫరబుల్ కాదా? సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇండికేటింగ్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్. సో హియర్ ఐ వుడ్ రాదర్ రీడ్ ఎ నావెల్ దాన్ సీ దట్ యూజ్లెస్ పిక్చర్. ఆ యూజ్లెస్ పిక్చర్ చూడడం కంటే నేను ఈ నవల చదవడం మంచిది. So after would rather base form verb is used. After than base form verb. Remember in the examination what happens, some to infinitive is given, to die, to read, something is given wrongly, but you must say it is wrong, and a to infinitive should not be used after would rather and after than also. Please keep this point in your mind. Very, very important. Right. And one more example is given here. They would rather go to jail than pay the fine. What is the meaning of this? వెనక నుంచి ఫైన్ చెల్లించుట కంటే వారు జైలుకు వెళ్ళుట మంచిది. ఎక్కడ కూడా టు ఇన్ఫినిటివ్ వాడరు, గుర్తుంచుకోండి. ఈ వుడ్ రాదర్ అంటే ఇట్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇండికేట్స్ సమ్ చాయిస్ ఆర్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్. ఓకే, యూ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వన్. వుడ్ ఈస్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ ఆస్కింగ్ పొలైట్ రిక్వెస్ట్. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అగైన్. ఫర్ ఆస్కింగ్ పొలైట్ రిక్వెస్ట్ వుడ్ ఈస్ యూజ్డ్. హౌ? వుడ్ యూ లైక్ ఎ కప్ ఆఫ్ కాఫీ? దిస్ ఇస్ మోర్ పొలైట్. ఎంత మర్యాదగా ఉంది. వుడ్ యూ లైక్ ఎ కప్ ఆఫ్ కాఫీ? It is more polite than will you like a cup of coffee? మీరు ఒక కప్పు కాఫీ తీసుకుంటారా? నీవు ఒక కప్పు కాఫీ తీసుకుంటావా? దిస్ ఇస్ impolite. This is polite. This is more polite than this. Okay, would you like, will you like, both convey the same meaning, but it is more polite than this one, right? And you go to the next one. Would you mind lending me your pen for a minute? ఒక నిమిషం నీ పెన్ను నాకు అరువుగా ఇస్తారా? ఇస్తావా కాదు, ఇస్తారా. Would you like to go to the pictures tonight? It's a polite question. This polite request is made only to the second person. Would you like, would you ఎప్పుడు would you నే వస్తుంది. Would you please call me a taxi? ఒక టాక్సీ నా కోసం పిలుస్తారా? సో పిలుస్తావా కాదు, పిలుస్తారా, సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. So would is used for asking polite questions. Now you move on to learn other things. Would is used in the main clause when preceded or followed by a subordinate clause expressing an impossible or improbable condition. Whenever there is improbable or impossible condition in the subordinate clause, in the main clause, there must be used only the modal auxiliary would. Okay, right. And here you pay attention. If I were a king, నేను ఒక రాజునైనట్టయితే, నువ్వు రాజు కాదు, ఒకవేళ అయినట్టయితే, ఐ వుడ్ మేక్ యు మై క్వీన్, నేను నిన్ను నా యొక్క రాణిగా చేసుకుంటాను. ఓకే, అబ్బో. ఇఫ్ ఐ కుడ్ ఫ్లై లైక్ ఎ బర్డ్, నేను ఒక పక్షిలాగా ఎగరగలిగినట్టయితే, ఇట్స్ అన్ ఇంపాసిబుల్ కండిషన్, ఇంప్రాబబుల్ కండిషన్. ఐ వుడ్ బి విత్ యూ, నీ దగ్గర ఉండేవాడిని. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎగిరి వెళ్ళగలిగినట్టయితే నీ దగ్గర ఇప్పుడు ఉండేవాడిని. వర్ ఐ ద ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్? సో అగైన్ ఇట్స్ అ స్టైలిష్ క్వశ్చన్. That the right sentence is, if I were the prime minister, that is there. Instead of saying if I were the prime minister, here he says were I the prime minister. It's a stylish question. Don't get confused. Impossible conditional sentence. Nenu prime minister nainattaithe, I would try to establish friendly relations with China. చైనాతో స్నేహ సంబంధాలు నెలకొల్పుకునేవాడిని. నేను కాదు, చేసుకోలేను. రైట్. ఇన్ దిస్ వే, whenever there is some impossible or improbable condition in the subordinate clauses, these are all subordinate clauses. So in the main clause, there must be a sentence with would. So please, if you watch this video once or twice or thrice, all these things will be recorded in your mind. Okay, with this this small topic will come to an end. Now I'm going to hold a small test for you on this topic. Please watch this video again and again, then you try to solve the exercise. I'm going to give you as many as 20 questions. Please try to answer all of them. Okay, now let's move on to solve the exercise. Multiple choice questions on shall, will, should and would. Okay, some 20 questions I'm going to give you in this exercise. Please try to answer all of them. Very easy, very interesting. Okay, choose the correct sentence. So some 4 options are given. You have to choose the right sentence. What are the options given? You shall go to school every day. You should go to school every day. You will go to school every day. You would go to school every day. What is the correct sentence out of these 4 statements? Okay, you move on to the second question. The modal should is often used to express what? Certainty, obligation or advice, a past habit, future plans. Okay, you move on to the other questions. Third question, which sentence expresses a polite request? Shall you help me with my homework? Should you help me with my homework? Would you help me with my homework? Will you help me with my homework? You know very well the sentence that expresses polite request. Okay, and fourth question, shall is commonly used to express a future event in general statements, strong necessity, a polite offer or suggestion, a habitual action. You know that very well. You move on to other questions. Fifth question, which sentence is grammatically correct? He should go to school early. He should go to school early. He should to go to school early. He should going to school early. Go to the sixth question. The modal would is often used to express obligation, a polite request or hypothetical situations, a certain future event, necessity. Okay, you know that answer very well. You move on to other questions. Seventh question, which sentence expresses a strong determination? I shall complete this task today. I will complete this task today. I should complete this task today. I would complete this task today. Which one expresses a strong determination? You know that very well. You can tick it. Right. You go to the eighth question. Shall is mostly used with which pronouns for offers and suggestions? He, she, they, I and we, you, they, it. So, you know this answer very well. You move on to the other questions. Ninth question, which sentence expresses a hypothetical condition? If I had money, I shall buy a car. If I had money, I should buy a car. If I had money, I would buy a car. If I had money, I will buy a car. Go to the 10th question. Identify the sentence expressing obligation. You should wear a seat belt while driving. You shall wear a seat belt while driving. You will wear a seat belt while driving. You would wear a seat belt while driving. So, which sentence expresses obligation? You know that very well. You can tick it. You can choose that one. Now you move on to other questions. 11th question. Which modal is used in formal or legal contexts? Will, would, shall, should. 12th question. Which sentence expresses a polite offer? Shall I open the window for you? Will I open the window for you? Should I open the window for you? Would I open the window for you? You know that very well. A polite offer. Now you move on to other questions. 13th question. Would is often used to talk about future events, certainty, past habits or polite requests, strong obligations. 14th question. Which sentence is correct? I shall to visit my grandmother tomorrow. I shall visit my grandmother tomorrow. I shall visiting my grandmother tomorrow. I shall visits my grandmother tomorrow. Which sentence is the right one grammatically? You know that very well. You can choose that option. Now you move on to other questions. 15th question. What does you should apologize express? Past obligation, future obligation, present obligation or advice, hypothetical situation. 16th question. Which sentence is correct? When I was a child, I would play outside for hours. When I was a child, I will play outside for hours. When I was a child, I should play outside for hours. When I was a child, I shall play outside for hours. Which sentence is correct out of these 4 options? Please understand this question thoroughly well and then you choose the relevant answer. Now you move on to other questions. 17th question. Will is often used to express what? A polite request, a strong obligation, a future prediction or certainty, a past habit. 18th question. Choose the sentence that expresses a hypothetical situation. If I were rich, I will buy a big house. If I were rich, I would buy a big house. If I were rich, I shall buy a big house. If I were rich, I should buy a big house, which expresses a hypothetical situation, right? Now you move on to the last set of questions. Which sentence expresses a recommendation? You should try the new restaurant in town. You will try the new restaurant in town. You shall try the new restaurant in town. You would try the new restaurant in town. Last question. Which sentence expresses certainty about the future? I should finish my work by tomorrow. I would finish my work by tomorrow. I will finish my work by tomorrow. I shall finish my work by tomorrow. So which one expresses certainty about the future? Okay, with this, the small exercise will come to an end. Now let us look at the answers for all these questions. These are the answers for the questions from 1 to 10. These are the answers for the questions from 11 to 20. Okay, with this, this video will come to an end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello, dear DSC candidates. Thank you so much for watching this wonderful video. If you find any difficulty in understanding any of the aspects that I have dealt with in this topic, please make a mention of it in the comment section. I'm here to explain the same thing again for your understanding sake. Okay, and with the second part of this video, I shall be back to you. Until then, bye. See you, all of you.